just going to try to cram as many faces as I can on here. And I picked a lot of reference photos that looked simple, because I really don't want to overthink it. So I need some things that aren't really necessarily challenging, more just for fun. Honestly, I don't even really mind if I don't render them out fully. I just got this sketchbook like a week ago. I've already done a few drawings in it just to like kind of test out the paper. It seems to be pretty good for all kinds of dry media, not so much my marker. Like my marker, as I was trying to test it out, it just felt really weird, like really sucked into the paper, which was different. I think I've gotten spoiled with Ohuhu markers, pads, and that's another thing. They've got one coming out, or that they came out with just recently, that it's supposed to be where you can draw on both sides of the paper, because like normally you draw with marker and it bleeds through, basically making the other side unusable. So I'm going to be getting that sometime. I have too many sketchbooks as it is. Like I don't think I use any of them except for my Canson mixed media sketchbook as an actual sketchbook. It's more like I find something I want to draw. I like using whatever paper either inspires me to draw or just suits the drawing that I'm going for. I don't know how well you can see that with the graphite shine. Yeah, that might be as good as I'm going to be able to get it. One of the people that I really enjoy watching for portraits, there's a few of them, but Chris Hong is one. She's amazing at teaching you like different ways of shading and stuff. And then Loish is really good, of course. I'll always recommend Loish for everything. And then there's this one chick, Eleeza Ivanova, I think her name is, something like that, or Eleeza maybe. I'll link her YouTube in the page or in the description. And one thing about Chris Hong is she gets you to look at basic simplified shapes. And then like Loish is good for showing you how to stylize things better. That Eleeza, she's really good at, I don't really know like what her technique would be called, because she doesn't like do like these construction lines where like I have the T or the circle and the construction lines. She doesn't really have those. She just goes, and I think it's more like of an intuitive sketching, I guess you could say. Just trying to quickly get down some lines and some values. Like I said, I'm not really sure how far I want to push all these drawings. I just know that I want it to be fun and relaxing. I could really use some good relaxing sketching. So far, this is a good time. Chris Hong has a lot of stuff available on YouTube for free, but she also has these graphite and colored pencil classes. I believe they're on Skillshare, but I think that she made it so where you can purchase it directly from her website. And if you have the money to spare, I would say, and you're looking to learn, a better or a more, efficient way of sketching out faces, I would definitely give it a look, because I've watched the classes multiple times, and each time I can really see the progress that it makes in my portraits. I'm always looking for new things to learn or new techniques to learn. To improve my drawing skills. I love drawing faces. Like, if I had to only draw one thing for the rest of my life, I would draw faces. I love drawing everything, but portraits are what really excite me to draw. I'm getting caught on something on the paper right here. I've drawn on a couple pages behind this, and it just keeps like almost lifting up the paper. Or like I'm finding little bits of something else in the paper. I'm not really sure, but like right there, I can't go over it anymore. It just keeps catching and darkening up way more than I wanted it to. I think I may have picked a kind of difficult reference photo. Like, it looked easy, but now as I'm drawing it, it looks a little more tricky than what I thought. It's a boy, for one. I'm not the best at drawing them. Or a dude. Man. Madly mad. It's a dude. I just picked a bunch of pictures from Chris Hong's Pinterest. She's got a bunch of them that are, she's already gone through and chosen which ones would be good for like shadow shapes. And I've gotten back into a really bad habit of as soon as it looks a little dicey, I stop drawing. It's a really bad habit to have, especially when you're trying to make YouTube videos. Because you can't post anything if you don't have anything. And for a while, I had it where I had 2 or 3 videos lined up just to be easier on myself, because I'm not always feeling up to doing the videos weekly. He's not my favorite, that's for sure. I've been trying to spend a lot more time off social media and off watching like videos and stuff. The only thing I try to be on a lot is YouTube, but even then, I'm not really watching the videos so much as I'm listening to them while I'm drawing or doing, something equally useful. I've been watching this one lady. I can't remember her name, but I will post the link to her channel down below. And if you're interested in making YouTube videos or anything like that, it's not so much about making YouTube videos, it's about the mindset that you need to have to keep pushing towards your goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people get into this and they, like, especially me, like, I was guilty of it to begin with too. Like, I wasn't seeing immediate growth. Like, I thought I was going to start drawing and making videos and people would see how amazing I was and just start following me. And it didn't work because I didn't have that mindset that I needed to have to succeed. And one of the things that she said that really like kicked me in the rear was, where do you not want to see yourself in 5 years? And I don't want to see myself not drawing, not having at least given this my best effort. I was trying to keep them about 15-20 minutes each. We're not so worried about being perfect. It has been so stinking hot. I went and started talking in my last video about how nice and cool things have been. And then the weather was like, I enjoy cold weather. And if it wasn't for the heating bill, honestly, I would love the winter the most. Just watched Shrek again for the first time in a long time. I forgot like how big of a deal those graphics were when that movie first came out. Like, it just blew you away. Another movie that I absolutely love the graphics on is Moana. Ugh. That movie, they did just beautifully. I really like watching animated movies. It was something me and my mom used to do. Like Lion King. When that came out, my mom bought the CD for like the soundtrack. And everywhere we drove, me and her were singing the Lion King in the car. My mom was funny. She had me convinced for the longest time that she knew every word to every song ever. I'm gonna have to do a spread in pen. That'd be fun. I was also thinking of doing like Bob's Burgers, because that's one of my favorite shows, and Supernatural. But I want to get some more portrait practice in before I attempt Supernatural. If I'm gonna do something like that, I really want to be able to capture the likeness. Like, I will know that it's the Supernatural people, but will anybody else? I don't know. So I just want to get some portrait practice in just a little bit more before I attempt that. It's one of my favorite shows on the planet. Oh, and Resident Alien. That's a newer one, but another favorite. I'm so bummed that they only have 4 seasons. Or maybe it's 5, but they only have a limited amount of seasons and they're done. And I'm so bummed. And Bob's Burgers is still going, but I must admit, the latest seasons haven't really been my favorite. I like the older stuff when they were like crazy and like Louise was a psychopath. Like unhinged and feral. I love that. And then now lately it seems to be more family centered or like kind of corny and just a little disappointed in it. It's not as funny. Which is really funny because when I first started watching, I hated it. I thought it was the stupidest show I'd ever seen. My brother put it on. And then like after the first season, I really started paying attention to what was actually happening in the show, and I was hooked. And like when I was going through like chemo and all that, I would just binge it and have it going all the time. And it was very, very comforting. I don't know. This one's not my favorite either, but I'm not gonna stress out about it. That one I liked. I love this girl's cheekbones. Like, I don't think I did them any justice with this sketch because the sketch is awful. I don't think I did any justice, but she has the most glorious cheekbones I've ever seen. I definitely didn't do her mouth any justice. The likeness is not there. But what are you gonna do? It's not that bad. It could be worse. It could be that one. I don't have much space here, but I'm gonna try to get a little tiny sketch in. Keeping it simple for as long as I can. Just so I can find the shapes. I love drawing people with turtlenecks, which is really funny because I hate turtlenecks. Like, you'll never catch me wearing one, ever. I hate them. I don't understand why people want to wear neck prisons. This girl has a little bit bigger of a chin, but I think I might have squished it a little bit too much. Might have to fix it. This one is actually turning out really cute. This side of her face is pretty much all in shadow. It's actually really cute. Doesn't look like her at all, but I like it. I think I spent way more time on this than I meant to, but this one was actually really fun. It's probably the best one off on this page. For this next cut page, I kind of want to do like two bigger portraits like this. Like one right here, and then another one right here. I have the ones that I want to do in mind for sure. Like this one's kind of like looking up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to look how I want it to look, but I'm going to try. Every time I see this girl, I want to draw her. She is just so unique. Her features are just insanely cool. And I'm very much not so great at drawing not fully opened eyes. But I like the way that this reference photo is showing like all these cool shadows and how they're playing on her features is really cool to me. So I'm going to try to quickly capture that. I saw this one girl on Facebook where she like can shape her afro into like cute little stars and pretty much anything, and that's just so fun to me. family coming over this weekend, so I don't know if I'll be able to draw too much. I'm finally getting to see my niece. I haven't seen her. She's still brand new. She's only a couple months old. And she's just started smiling. And happy little babies are just the cutest. It's my first niece, so it's kind of a big deal. I'm pretty excited. Let me try this little one. That's another thing I haven't been wondering if, when I use a bigger blending stump, if that's another thing that makes it kind of like gritty and grainy. I'm not sure. I do know that this paper is not as textured as the Canson Mixed Media. So it is having like a smoother blend. One thing I'm worried about is like over there on the other side, it was starting to, I think, pull up some of the paper. So I'm kind of worried about how much blending this actually could take. And sometimes when you're blending, you kind of do press a little bit firm. That's my chair. My chair makes so much noise. I love it. It's one of these wider chairs that I saw, I think on a TikTok. And I decided to look it up. I don't think I got the exact same chair that was on the TikTok, but anyway, it's a wider office chair. And I can sit cross-legged, which is my favorite way to sit. The only bad thing about this chair is it makes so much freaking noise. Like, it's always popping, and like I'll like just to adjust how I'm sitting, and it's like it scares the crap out of everybody in the house. Oh my goodness, I love this. And I don't think I'm gonna do all the hair. Like, I was thinking I was gonna tone it all like that, but I don't think I actually need to. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit right here. Just like give it the hint that it's a different value. But I don't think I need to go too crazy with it. That's another thing I usually do, is over render the crap out of everything. I used to do that pretty bad. I'm trying to be better at it this year. This year is all about loosey-goosey, having fun with stuff, and not worrying about being perfect. And it's been working. I think I've drawn more this year than I have pretty much every year combined for like the last 4 years. It's been very good. Like, I've gotten a lot of drawings done. I can really see a difference in my skill level. I was gonna cram as many portraits as I could onto the sketchbook, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm maybe one more head. She's got really voluminous lips right here on the bottom. On the top too, but I'm not really sure how I could pull out those without it looking weird. That's pretty good. And then there's a little highlight I missed here that I need to do the top of. And then her ears are picking up quite a bit of light too, because they're in shadow, of course, but they're reflecting some stuff. A little bit of her jaw. There's reflected light. Top of her eyelids. I think that's pretty good. I'm not going to go in and fill all the freckles in, I don't think. Maybe like a hint of some, but I don't want to be here all day. That would defeat the purpose of the exercise, you know? And I think I would like to do some exercises where I try out different styles. You know what I mean? Like draw one portrait like realistically, and then another one where with like rounder shapes, and another one with like angled shapes. I thought about doing these in colored pencil, but I wasn't really sure how the paper would handle it. Like I said, I noticed that it was kind of having a little bit of a problem with just simple graphite. I can't imagine the multiple layers that I would need to do to get some color on. I don't know, maybe it's user error. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. That could totally be. I do that a lot. This is my third video of drawing like this, and I love it so much more. I feel like I can explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. This is all HB. I don't think I've come in yet with a darker color. I'll come in with this 2B and get some darker lines. That's another thing. I used to work pretty much exclusively with like the darker. I really thought that I had to draw everything with like an 8B. So much so that like this is my 8B. It's just a little nubbin, just a little baby. But one of the things that I was finding that when I drew, especially when you're using like the Canson mixed media paper, you kind of have to use a sharper pencil to really get into that grain. And with a softer lead, like a 7B or an 8B, you get that really grainy look going a lot faster because you're not really getting into the paper. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. I didn't want to go too crazy and do too much stressing and trying to make it look perfect. I just wanted to get a relaxing sketching session, and I feel like I've relaxed. It feels good. I'm trying to remind myself that, you know, not everything has to be the most perfect drawing I've ever drawn. And as long as I'm getting a little bit better with every sketch, then I'm doing something right. And that's all that matters. And it's better to have something that isn't perfect than nothing. She's missing some eyelashes, and that's one of my favorite things to draw. I can't believe I almost put this away without giving her some pretty eyelashes. I stopped coming in with mechanical pencil everywhere. This pencil gets pretty dark, and I've tried to stop coming in with it because it is addicting to try to draw everything out with this mechanical pencil. It just feels good in your hand. So I find that if I come in with my sharper pencils before I come in with my mechanical pencil, I'm less likely to overdo it. This was a cool, fun little quick sketch session. Just a few portraits done. And I'll try to have more for you next week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.